Hey, welcome back. So in this video, we are going to look at how to use the if statement to fill up a certain column or a cell depending on whether a condition has been met or not. Let's take a look at this worksheet here. We have these four guys who are totally fictitious, by the way, nothing to do with anyone dead or alive. Okay? So these four people are employees of a certain company. And this is the amount of sales that they have made this month. So what we have to do is we have to figure out if they are eligible for a bonus depending on the amount of sale that they have made for the company. And we have the bonus criterion right over here, which is what they should sell. So they should sell at least $23,500 worth of product this month to make the cut. And if they do, this is the bonus amount that they would get, which is actually 1% of the sale that they made. You can change it anytime. Now we have two columns here, one for the bonus eligibility and the other one for the amount of bonus that should be paid. So to figure this out, we are going to apply an if condition to this column right here. Basically, this is how it will work. We will just select one of these cells right here, and then we will go over to the Formulas tab over here and either click the Insert Function button or the Logical button right here. You can also use the Recently Used button if you have used it recently. So now I'm going to do it the hard way and select the Insert Function button. Now we have been to this window at least 4 times already, so you already know what's going on here. Just type in the function if and press go. Then select the if function from the list here and press OK. And now you will face the function arguments window as usual. Now the fields that we have to fill up here are obviously different from what we have seen already from the earlier video. In this case, we have a field for logical test. Logical test is basically the condition that has to be tested for to apply the value. So in this case, the question is whether the sales value is above or equal to the bonus criterion. So we will input the formula equal to, let's see, D6 greater than or equal to, which is basically just those two symbols adjoining. So D6 greater than or equal to D11. Now D11 is the cell that contains the bonus criterion, and it has to remain there as an absolute reference, otherwise it will keep switching down to all these blank cells over here. So we will just click here and then press F4, the function key, to convert it into an absolute reference. An absolute reference. Now, the second field asks for a number for a value if this condition is true. So we can either input yes or true or some other statement like that. We can also input a number value or an expression or a formula if we want. So right now, I'm just going to input yes because that's all this field is about. And in the third field, I'm going to input no. Now press OK. You can see that the cell has been filled up with yes. Now drag it down to autofill the rest of the cells. Well, technically it's not autofill, but okay, you get it. So now we know who is eligible and who isn't. Too bad, Joe missed it by just $500. Now let's move on to the next column, where we have to fill in the bonus amount. So we'll just repeat using the if function, but in this case, we actually have to fill in the actual number value, which is obviously 1% of the total sales made. Click that cell, and in the Formulas tab, this time we will go to Logical and choose if. The arguments window will open up directly this time. Now the logical test is the same. We have to test whether the sales is greater than the criterion. And make sure you press F4 to make the criterion an absolute reference. Otherwise it will keep switching down to all these blank cells here. So if a cell is blank, the default value is 0. So that makes the criterion 0, and basically everyone will end up getting a bonus if that happens. So it's important that you make this an absolute reference. Okay, so now the value is true. If it is true, the value will be 1% of the sales they made. So click this cell, which by the way should also be an absolute reference, so press F4. So this cell times this cell will be the value. And the value, if false, it's just 0. Press OK, and you can see that the first cell has been filled. Drag it down to fill the remaining cells, and you can see that Joe didn't make the cut. So that's how it's done. Try it out and be back for the next video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching.